I'm gonna open the meeting, it's 4:30 this morning. One thing I just want to say for people in the audience, we only discuss items that are were put on the agenda. So if there's any other things we're here for, we need to put on the agenda for the next meeting or possibly it's a workshop or something like that, so. Anything that's not on the agenda is not gonna really be discussed, so. So we're gonna go through the agenda one at a time here. Number one is Kelsey Bowden email about the 4th of July parade. I respectfully request this message be acknowledged at your next meeting. I will express my sincere appreciation for once again honoring the request to keep the fire and police sounds to a minimum during this year's 4th of July parade. As a spectator, the event was noticeably more enjoyable and comfortable for many without the frequent high volume sounds. The addition of patriotic music from the fire engine was a nice touch and added positively to the spirit of the celebration. Thank you again for your thoughtfulness and continued commitment to the welcoming community experience for that. Okay. That's right. Motion to accept the minutes from the last meeting.
I'll make the motion to accept and presented.
Second that. All in favor? Aye. Okay. And motion to have Cheryl sign the new office.
You have one more set of the non-public minutes to that, a motion to seal.
A motion to accept the non-public meeting minutes and to seal them
Secondly.
for RSA. Blah, 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 blah.
So, who motion?
I,
Motion.
yeah.
And Scott
Second.
seconded. And you have a vote?
Aye. Motion.
Hmm.
Vote. Aye. Okay. Okay. Next, we have the Merriam Woods contract for the surveying of Merriam Woods for the boundaries and that type of thing. I gotta say that I read through that whole report. It's a lot of work. I don't know who's put that together, but
A whole bunch of people.
it's amazing. And it's awesome.
As far as the survey goes, what you're on the agenda is you're signing the contract with the surveyor.
Right.
Even though they've already started the work. It's nice to report that they were able to find all but one of the existing corners. So that's gonna make the work go a lot quicker and maybe the price will be a little bit less.
Great.
Um,
Because we had already approved the expense anyway, so.
Do you have a motion to approve the contract?
Yeah, a motion to approve the contract
I'll make that
for the
motion.
surveyors.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
And you're gonna authorize Cheryl to sign the office?
And authorize Cheryl to sign the office. So I have no one. Okay, then we're on with the hazard mitigation.
No, he's on with Merriam Woods.
I mean, that's what I meant.
I know you have a lot of that stuff.
There's a lot of stuff on this thing.
they make up a bunch of stuff for the other, if you want. So you received the approved management plan.
Yeah.
To peruse before this meeting. Because what we'd like to have you do is to sign off on it. This is what it looks like. This has a signature page since I picked it up yesterday.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
I think it took about 3 years. The process was designing it. And then putting it out for public comment. The public comments were solicited and collected. A response form was created to all of the comments. That will be posted electronically on our website as well as this document once it gets set. I guess I'll start with, do you have any questions that you wondered about?
No, it was pretty thorough. I mean,
I like the picture of the green snake.
yes,
Yeah.
I said I'm glad I didn't see it.
Yeah.
That's.
Well, then I think one of the questions you might want to ask is what's the future of the plan? That document there needs to be signed by you folks and by our president Samantha Bobo Woodworth. And then we are simultaneously putting together with the input from the New Hampshire Climbers, Central New Hampshire Climbers Association, an appendix that deals with issues of climbing. That we're hoping will be in a draft form by our next meeting in August. And we will then add that as a draft to this plan, and then this plan will be considered revised. When everything is all done, we'll do our first revision. It's supposed to be revised every 5 years or less. You will have a hard copy for the select board files. We'll have a hard copy, and then there'll be copies on the web of the Conservation Commission website. And then when it's closer to being ready, we'll make 10 copies like the one that you have to put here in the town office for people in community come and pick up if they would like to have a hard copy. We talked about 10 copies of that. You folks have been very, very helpful here in the office in making those copies. And then I take them home and I bind them on my handy little binder. So that's the state of the management plan. If I could get people to sign it, what do we do about not having Cheryl here to?
Well, they'll motion to approve it and authorize her to sign it in the office for you when she's able to.
I'm just curious, what about the Climbers Club's advertising that spot? What kind of an agreement do you come to as far as that goes, as far as publicizing it and promoting it?
They can't advertise it for profit, like they can't have an outfitter can't go in and start or anything. There are limitations that are not specifically directed at climbers because you can't really do that.
Okay.
But the size of groups, and as far as the climbers go, they've been very cooperative. Mountainproject.com, if you go to it, they do say they assisted us with posting the fact that the cliffs are closed because of Peregrine Falcon. That's happening. They helped us install the kiosk earlier this year. And there's a caveat on their website that says it's owned by the town of Woodstock. You know, tread lightly, make sure that leave no sign and all that stuff.
So it's ended up working out cooperatively.
Yeah, and they're working with a subcommittee of the Conservation Commission to make the climbing appendix.
Great. So that's the way we hope it will work out.
Yeah.
That's great.
Now, I've been surprised at how willing they are to actually do constructive things rather than just commit.
No, that's fine.
on us.
Okay, I make a motion, we approve the Merriam Woods management plan as presented.
I'll second that.
And all in favor?
Right.
Aye. And we motion to have Cheryl sign it in the office
On behalf of
on behalf of the board.
Yes.
And then I'll have Sam come and sign it as our president, and then
we'll make the copies.
we'll start thinking about the copies.
Yep.
Merriam Woods Camera Project.
The Merriam Woods Camera Project. You've been receiving monthly reports. The camera report for this was supposed to take place over the weekend. I don't know if Samantha got out there and worked with the cameras yet. I've not received the report, so that was tabled at our meeting last Thursday to the August meeting.
Next, okay, thanks, Jim. That's awesome. All good. Next, the New Hampshire Hazard Mitigation Plan for the town of Woodstock. It's pretty lengthy. I went to most of the meetings. A lot of it's boilerplate, whatever, but I read it. I'm okay with it. I don't know.
This is,
It's an ongoing, I didn't attend this year, but it's supposed to be every 5 years.
Yes.
They come in and, update, but the updates are minor as a rule.
Right.
So this has been an ongoing thing for 20 years.
And we had the grant for her to do it, so it worked out very well.
this has received the final approval from FEMA and the state of New Hampshire.
So we should give it our final approval. Make a motion to, accept,
You gotta read the whole resolution.
oh, I do, okay. That's right.
You want me to read it for you?
No.
Right here. Here. Might be easier.
There's a lot of stuff on this Dropbox. All right. Oh, wow.
You ready?
I'm ready.
All right.
Whereas the town of Woodstock has historically experienced severe damage from natural hazards and continues to be vulnerable to the effects of those natural hazards profiled in this plan, resulting in the loss of property and life, economic hardship, and threats to the public safety. And whereas the town of Woodstock has received approved pending option status from the Federal Emergency Management Agency for its hazard mitigation plan update 2025 under the requirements of 44 CFR 201.6, and whereas public and committee meetings were held between April 3rd, 2024 and December 17th, 2024 regarding the development and review of the hazard mitigation plan update 2025, and whereas the plan specifically addresses hazard mitigation strategies and plan maintenance procedures for the town of Woodstock, and whereas the plan recommends several hazard mitigation actions projects that will provide mitigation for specific hazards that impact the town of Woodstock with the effect of protecting people and property from loss associated with those hazards, and whereas the adoption of this plan will make the town of Woodstock eligible for funding to alleviate the impacts of future hazards, and now therefore it resolved by the select board of the town of Woodstock, the plan is now adopted as an official plan of the town of Woodstock. Respective officials identified in the plan's action items are directed to pursue the implementation of the recommended actions assigned to them. Future revisions and plan maintenance required by 44 CFR 201.6 and FEMA are now adopted as part of this resolution 5 years from the date of this resolution. The Emergency Management Director shall present an annual report to the select board on the progress of the plan's action items. Adopted this day, the 15th of July, 2025.
Now you can make your motion.
Make a motion that we adopt the hazard mitigation plan as it was presented and have Cheryl sign it in the office.
And then you guys-
Second,
All in favor?
So.
after all that, how could we not?
I know. A lot in there. Instructions.
Okay, on the top part of it. On the top.
Yep. What was it?
No, that's me.
Take care of the old people.
Which one to watch?
Oh, it's- You have all your votes on.
Yes.
So,
Next is the Gordon Brook Pump Station, Horizons Engineering, Steve LaFrance, project report. Hey, Mike, can you tell us where they're at with all that?
well, this,
As of yesterday, they were still waiting on decision for the electric company to swap power.
that's what this is,
Okay,
because the electric company has now come back and said, if you read Steve's email, they were waiting on the electric company.
right,
And come to find out, there was 4 attributes to the river instead of 3. We only submitted shoreline protection for 3. Steve didn't realize 4, so they're making him submit another shoreline application. Even though the New Hampshire DES rules specifically waive the need for a shoreline permit for utility pole replacement, the co-op won't budge. So he spent this weekend working on the permit application, which is in front of you right now. And has to be submitted, and then the electric co-op will come.
so basically it's a little bit of paperwork we have to finish up.
So you got it, yeah, this,
Steve has to finish up.
so here's the shoreland, which will require your signature and then Rex Calder's, because, so you just have to motion to approve it, and then Steve will take it to Rex, and then he'll submit it, and we'll get it to the other company.
So all they want is a submission, or they want the approval?
I don't know that.
Yeah.
I just know we need to get it submitted,
Get it done, okay.
and it's gonna cost us another $605.
Yes.
Cool.
Nothing's ever cheap. Okay, I make a motion to sign the Shoreline Protection Act, and have shoreline. Is it one of us, or just,
It's just, you can sign.
I can sign? Make a motion that we accept the shoreline permit application, and I will sign it.
Yeah,
So here's this.
Second,
seconded.
all in favor? Aye.
So this is what you guys have.
Yeah.
It's just right there.
Okay.
Then,
We have approved the application for payment number 4 to these folks,
yes,
okay? I make a motion, we approve the payment number 4
to PRB.
to PRB on the work on the sewer pump station.
Seconded.
All in favor? Aye.
Just right there. Hard to read.
Now we have a change order.
Yes, this is from the workshop, it just from August of 2024, I believe it was, when we had to do a change order because we were going to change the VFDs that they had originally.
Right.
Something to do with not getting them. So this is the official paperwork for the
For
vote.
that change
Yeah.
order. Okay,
You
make
guys
a
are-
motion to sign the change order as presented.
Section.
Second.
All in favor?
No.
Okay, now the timber Doomage assessment. Appeal for Spanos. Do you want to go through this, Jody? You want me to go through it?
So you had, so I can give you kind of the story, the report of cut was due May 15th. They were late, they never came in until June on the somewhere in here, it says that he had found it on his desk, it was buried on his desk, he submitted it. But then when he submitted it, it didn't have the property owner signatures, they were out of state country, where they were on vacation. Anyways, when it came in, it was late, we assigned the Doomage, which we do for everybody, and the property owner went back to the forester and said, listen, I'm gonna pay my tax, you're responsible for this. I reminded you. And so now he is asking for an appeal or an abatement of that share.
And talking about it, Spanos has already paid his portion of the
Or
Doomage.
he's going to pay
He's
his,
going to pay, yeah,
not of the Doomage, of his timber tax.
Of his
Doomage
timber
is
tax.
the penalty.
is the penalty, okay, and talking to you, we've never given forgiveness on Doomage before.
You have not, there was one time the prior board had been approached, probably Bill remembers, the law says you can forgive for accident, mistake, and misfortune, or whatever, however it's worded. It might have been for the same property owner, actually, I'm not sure.
Oh, geez.
I can't really remember. But regardless, they had looked into it, we'd never done it before, they were afraid they were gonna set precedents if it wasn't like an emergency, medical, whatever.
Sure.
At that time, I think you had talked to legal, and she said, you know, just whatever you do, you gotta stay, you know, make sure you do for all and have a reason why you did it. So they had not done that, and that's the only time we've been approached that I know of. And we have assigned the Doomage to other people when
Okay,
they're late, so that's about,
so I know my recommendation is we don't forgive it, and we just deny the appeal.
Yeah, we just always felt it was a bad precedent to set. Basically, what happens is, then is, well, you did it for this one, why don't you do it for other? Pretty soon, all the regs and rules go out the window.
We
and-
don't care about that.
Yeah, and then, and also after a fashion may open you up in litigation. So we just decided a long time ago, to just go by the rules. We have very few to begin with,
Yeah.
rules and regulations and, so forth, so we just found it best to stick to them and, not create a precedent that, okay, gives us heartburn later.
All right, I make a motion, we deny the appeal.
Outside of that.
All in favor?
Uh,
Aye.
if he wants to take it further, he could go to the board or in a tax appeal and they can decide it.
Sure,
And then it takes it out of your hands anyways.
okay. Then next we've got the Lincoln CIP joint department discussions. I looked through this a little bit, but I didn't really.
And you should have seen last night or this morning a meeting invite. They sent a meeting
Okay.
invite, so this is pretty much just making you aware of it, so you can mark your calendars and. The invite has already been sent, so be looking for that. Came from planning in Lincoln.
Yeah, it's a pretty nice thing to do. I know they've got 10 times as many people
Well, yeah.
working over there, but the way they've got everything laid out.
Yep.
Oh, for the next 5 years, from roads to everything else, it's pretty
We
nice.
have it just not in this.
I know, just in their heads.
No, we have.
I'm kidding. I know,
We have
they've got 20 more
just-
people working in that building,
photos,
so.
zoning,
Exactly.
people and, yeah,
Okay. So, we don't have to make any motions on that, right?
no, that's just an FYI for you guys. I wanted to make sure you knew to be on the lookout for it. And give you the packets.
Public participation on any agenda items. Okay, seeing none. Motion adjourned.
Second,
All in favor?
I make a comment, not a,
Only if it's related to.
As long as it's related to the agenda items, I was told.
okay, it was a compliment, but the hell with it, I'll tell you.
It was a compliment. Let's go right after the meeting over. Okay,
All right,
motion, adjourned. Second, all in favor?
What's that stuff called? 8:54.
Now you can do